the airline and airport industry is looking to transition from what has been traditionally diesel and petrol driven vehicles into an electric world. So we're bringing our electric vehicles, and then of course they're transferring into an autonomous world.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by David Keane. He's the CEO of Aurrigo International. David, very good to meet you. For viewers not familiar with the company, tell us a little bit about Aurrigo and what you do.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me on the show. We're a designer and developer of smart airside solutions for aviation, and that ranges from software simulation of how airports might operate in the future with their autonomous vehicles, all the way through to designing and developing, actually supplying the autonomous vehicles themselves, primarily for baggage and cargo handling.
So, David, who are your main customers and what problems do you solve for them?
Main customers are really airports and airlines around the world. So our lead customer is Changi Airport in Singapore, but we also have operations in America, in Cincinnati, and at Schiphol Airport in Holland, and in various other locations around the world. And what we're doing is we're solving what is a post-COVID issue at airports. So post-COVID, air and passenger transport has increased rapidly, and it's now in 2024 ahead of where it was pre-COVID, and that's putting a strain because not all the people have come back to operate in airside, so there's labour shortages. And what we're providing is if you like, automated top-up to the existing staff that are already working at the airport to take up some of that strain in the growth of the airline industry globally.
You're out with interim results this week, and your autonomous division stood out. Could you tell us about the opportunity you're seeing here and your strategy for future growth?
Yeah, sure. We have a huge market. To give you some scale, we've done some analysis work, and we think our software and our vehicle solutions for baggage and cargo handling would have a very, very good business case in over 600 airports globally. And the other really amazing thing is there's no customization depending on which airport you go to. So our solutions for vehicles and software is exactly the same if we're running in Singapore as it is if we're running in America.
David, on the airport side of the business, what type and size of airport do you target, and what are your auto dolly tugs currently on site?
So airports range from sort of airports that are like 5 million passengers all the way up to 120 million passengers. So if I just graded them simply as small, medium, and large, we're targeting all of those ranges of airports because obviously operations in whether you're a small airport or a large airport, you need a lot of people and a lot of equipment actually to move baggage and cargo around. So we have customers currently who are in the bracket of 5 million passengers all the way up to 80, 90 million passengers. And as you say, our Auto Dolly Tug, which is our really latest vehicle, which is beautifully equipped, totally agile, and fully autonomous, that can be used on an airport, will enable you to pick up baggage containers from the baggage hall, take them completely automatically along the roadways right up to the aircraft. And with inbuilt robotic arms, we can deliver that container right onto the aircraft. So a complete end-to-end solution is how we basically address this problem.
You mentioned Changi Airports. Can you expand on your agreement there and what you've done there?
Yeah, sure. So interestingly, we first went to Changi Airport, assisted by the UK government. We went on what's now, I suppose, an old-fashioned trade mission in 2019. The government introduced us to Changi Airport, and literally within half an hour to 45 minutes of talking to them, they really thought we'd got something. And of course, one of the great things is Changi Airport is very well known for being, the most advanced airports and very tech savvy. So we've been working with them since 2019. And from the early beginnings where we started to do simulation work, how is it going to look? How does an airport look in the future? And they were really interested because they're building a new Terminal 5. That will be ready sort of 2033-ish. They really want to make that terminal completely autonomous. And so they started with us saying, well, how do we use your knowledge to simulate that in a software? And we have a new software product called AutoSim that does that. And then we've moved from that to bringing a single vehicle into the Air Force, into their existing 4 terminals, operating that and putting it through what I can only describe as the most extensive testing you could ever think for a vehicle, because they're trying to prove that it's safe to operate, it does all the end-to-end operations they want. And also, importantly, it'll operate in all the weather conditions. If anyone's been to Singapore, they know it rains. And when it rains really hard. So can we get an autonomous vehicle to still operate in those conditions? And we passed all of those tests. And everything I'm describing to you is all done in-house as well. So there's no third party. It's all our superb people who have developed all this tech. And then from that first vehicle, we then moved on to a fleet of 4 vehicles. So by early next year, we will have 4 vehicles working seamlessly as a team. And that team of vehicles will automatically transfer and load a wide-bodied jet of all the containers that are on that jet.
David, growth opportunities, where are you seeing the key opportunities at the moment?
So key opportunities, our key markets really are Europe, North America, and Southeast Asia. And those markets are really looking for technical solutions to some of these problems, like limited labor supply. But also, the airline and airport industry is looking to transition from what has been traditionally diesel and petrol-driven vehicles into an electric world. So we're bringing our electric vehicles, and then, of course, they're transferring into an autonomous world. So we see great opportunities in airports, whatever size, in whatever location around the world, to really improve utilization, efficiency, bring in, that carbon reduction, which everyone wants in airports, and also support the really great people that are working at the airports already, and giving them some opportunity to have automation to help them out.
David, I hope you'll keep us updated on any progress you make with all that. Thank you very much for the introduction today.
Fantastic. I'd love to. Thank you.
That's David Keane, the CEO of Aurigo International.